With the 13th pick in the 2015 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Devin Booker, Isaiah Thomas,
Kobe Bryant,
Kawhi Leonard.
Every so often, we often see players drafted late who come out of their class and absolutely prove every team that passed up on them wrong. We've seen this with players like Kobe Bryant, Devin Booker, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard, and many others who went on to have Hall of Fame careers. All these players were drafted past the 13th pick, yet each of these players came out of their respective draft classes arguably the best and most talented players. Before we begin, I just want to say what's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we will be going over 3 potential draft steals from the 2020 NBA Draft. Also, if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe as it really means a lot and helps me out a ton. Also, I am doing a jersey giveaway, so be sure to watch the whole video to find out how you could potentially win. With all that being said, after doing plenty of research, here are 3 players I found in no specific order that I personally think can become steals of the 2020 NBA Draft. Number 3. Cole Anthony. As you probably know, Cole Anthony, who is also the son of former NBA player Greg Anthony, was one of the top recruits for the NCAA this year. He was projected to be a top 3 pick in this year's draft. However, he didn't meet the expectations that were set upon him when playing for North Carolina, causing him to slide all the way to the 15th pick and into the hands of the Orlando Magic. Before we talk about his preseason play with the Orlando Magic, let's talk about his college career. North Carolina didn't really have the season they were hoping for, having just 14 wins to go along with 19 losses. This obviously put people's attention on him since he was considered the best player on the team. While he did prove that he can score, there were many factors that showed that there was great risk in taking him so early in the draft. For example, Anthony showed that he was very inconsistent shooting and scoring wise. He managed to shoot a poor 38% from the field and just 34% from 3. He also averaged just 4 assists per game along with 3.5 turnovers a game, which obviously didn't help his case to be a higher pick in any way. Anthony also suffered a torn meniscus and had to undergo mid-season surgery, but he did return for the final 11 games of the season for North Carolina. That injury and surgery obviously did cause concern from NBA teams, which was another factor of why he slid all the way to the 15th pick. Now to why Cole Anthony can very likely become a steal. Despite playing on the worst UNC team in a long time, Anthony did still manage to average 18.5 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 4.0 assists per game as a freshman. Being ranked the number 1 point guard in the country coming out of high school also made his expectations extremely high. Some even say that Anthony set his bar so high coming out of high school that he was bound to disappoint, and that definitely is a fair argument to make. Anthony definitely shocked a lot of people when he came out with some pretty strong games for the Orlando Magic in the preseason, where he averaged a solid 14 points per game. He showed glimpses of what he used to be in high school and definitely showed us why he was ranked so high just 2 years ago. While yes, it was just a few preseason games, Anthony definitely showed us the type of player that he can potentially turn out to be. He was even able to lead the Magic to a win over the Hornets while dueling with LaMelo Ball. Anthony scored a solid 19 points that game versus LaMelo's 4 points and proved a point to everyone who doubted him. While he definitely does have some stuff to improve on, I believe that he has what it takes to be that dominant player he was in high school and prove all the teams that passed up on him wrong. Coming in at number 2 is Nico Mannion. As you may or may not know, Nico Mannion was drafted with the 48th pick by the Golden State Warriors. If you looked at Nico Mannion playing in high school, you probably would have thought to yourself that this kid is probably going on to have a great NBA career in a few years from now. These were the thoughts that pretty much everyone watching him in high school had. You see, when Nico was just 15 years old, Sports Illustrated wrote an article about him being a potential basketball prodigy, and ever since then, Nico's highlights started to get posted all over social media. The hype around Nico was definitely there for a reason, and by the time Nico finished playing in high school, he was ranked 9th in his class. So what happened to Nico once he entered college? What was the reason that everyone suddenly stopped talking about him? Well, while Mannion was Arizona's second leading scorer last season, Mannion shot poorly from 3 and from the field while also being inefficient and inconsistent, along with not meeting the standards and expectations that were set upon him. It also became apparent to many people that Nico struggled to create his own shot due to his height and size. Despite falling from a top projection all the way to a second round projection in the 2020 NBA draft, Nico still decided to enter it. It came to many people's surprise that Nico slid all the way to the 48th pick when he was expected to be an early second round pick. But the simple answer for why he fell so deep in the draft was because Nico wanted to play for the Warriors and the Warriors wanted to select Nico. It was reported that teams did want Nico much earlier than the 48th pick, but Nico told them that he did not want to play for them. In Nico's first few preseason games with the Warriors, Nico did only score 2 points twice in the 3 games that he played. However, it's obviously common for a new player to have early struggles, especially since Nico was just 19 years old. Overall, it should be very fun and exciting to watch Nico play this season, and he could very well be on his way to playing a very important role for the Golden State Warriors. Coming in at number 1 is Marcus Howard. Now, you probably never heard of this guy in your life, and that's okay, because before researching this video, I never heard of him either. Although Marcus Howard did end up going undrafted in the 2020 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets immediately signed him to a 2-way contract just days after the draft. Marcus Howard came out of Marquette after playing a full 4 years, leading the nation in scoring at 28 points per game. On top of leading the nation in scoring, Howard was also one of the best shooters in all of college basketball, and many even said he was the best shooter who was entering the 2020 NBA draft. You're obviously wondering how a player like this went undrafted, and the simple answer for that was simply the fact that he was under 6 feet. Howard stands at about 5'9", and throughout college, he was widely considered a defensive liability. Because of this, many NBA teams didn't want to take a chance on him, and his height ended up being one of the main factors of him going undrafted. Luckily for Howard, he is still getting a chance as the Denver Nuggets just recently signed him to a 2-way contract. Howard will obviously need to beat the expectations that the Nuggets set upon him and prove everyone that overlooked him wrong, considering this may very well be the last shot he has at an NBA career. In my personal opinion, smaller players being disrespected and overlooked in basketball is something that needs to urgently be stopped. Take Isaiah Thomas for example. I'm sure we all remember what he was able to do just a few years ago with the Celtics. Despite being just 5'9", Thomas was able to become an all-star and was able to lead the Celtics to the Eastern Conference Finals just 3 years ago. There were obviously many other notable players under 6 foot who ended up having pretty decent NBA careers, and I'm hoping Howard can find a role with the Nuggets and prove to everyone that his height really is just a number. And that wraps up today's video, guys. I really appreciate every single one of you guys that support my channel, and to give back to you guys, I will be giving away an NBA jersey to one of you. All you have to do to enter is make sure you subscribe to the channel, as well as joining our NBA chat, in which we discuss NBA topics and news, and it's just really a great chat for you if you're an NBA fan. Once you are in the chat, please make sure to join the discussion, as I'll simply just be picking a random message from the chat as a giveaway winner. The link for this chat is in the description of this video, and it will be hosted on an amazing app called Flick that allows us to do many things that other chatting platforms doesn't allow us to do. Once you are in the chat, just make sure you're keeping up with the updates, as the giveaway will be announced very soon. And with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you all in the next video.